Okie dokie, we're here for the second draft of the night. Let's resize this stuff a little bit from me messing around earlier. Pretty sure it's just the rare. Clutch is the next best card. This card's just great. As we saw in the last round of the first draft, our opponent played it, and it was pretty swingy, and if they had another ally or two, we would have just lost. But they didn't. I don't really know it's going to wheel. I don't really want to pay too much attention to that because it's just kind of like, yeah, maybe I'll get cards or not. People just choose what they want to do. This might wheel, I guess. This card is just very good, I think. Just air elemental. Um, yeah, it's like what first best, second best, the third best card is like a tier down. Oh look, it's an ally. It's an ally. It's the best card of the pack too. Yeah, this is one of the allies that you're actually looking for if you're gonna go dedicated allies. Uh, oh, yeah, none of these other cards are super exciting, so I'll just take the vampire. Also an ally, so this is like a thing. Vampire is by far the most powerful card in the pack. These commons are trash. Jeez. Uncommon and rare missing, so no signals. Well, we have a plan. Yeah, I'll take that. It looks like Allies is open. It looks like Eldrazi's open. But so far we have such a high density of common uncommon ally, like of higher rarity allies, that it's just worth just continuing to jam, even if we don't have a Blade Master yet, um, or a Munda. But we're at the point where I just play the Munda without the Blade Master. I mean, I would always play Munda and Red White allies, but like I would pick it very highly without the Blade Master. It's just like a fine 3/4 otherwise. Yeah. Outnumber, I think, is better than Unified Front here. I've not seen much black. I'm probably just white-red allies. I've seen a decent amount of white too, so I just haven't taken it because I just didn't want it. That is super late. Okay, maybe it's time to do something wild. I don't. Yeah, I think the payoff for taking other stuff's pretty low, so I'm not concerned. If we just get paid out into like weird black red allies, then that'd be pretty cool if I was just like black red allies. Oh my gosh, and if I get an evolving wilds, I can splat or ally encampment. Oh wow, yeah, okay. Come on, rare. Yeah, nice start to the draft. 5 allies and a removal spell. It's just the best card in the pack. I'm not gonna take it. Well, here's to the Night Watch wheeling, and I don't really know what else is gonna happen from there. We don't have to be red, I guess. We could just be splash red, white, black, just some color combination allies. Maybe those first few packs were just pretty trashy. Yeah, not a huge fan of this card. I think I'd rather take the spell, even though it's not a good spell. It's like a fine to mediocre spell, but it's kind of interesting because in other formats this card would be great. It's just like this isn't really a combat trick format. Like if you actually just watch that entire previous draft, I don't think there was a single point where a combat trick would have done something. It was when tandem tactics killed my opponent or whatever. It's like one in a white, one damage to target player. Uh, what is that? That would be Lamasu's Sting or something. I'm gonna take the Night Watch over the 4/3. I think this card's just really absurdly good. As there is a second one gonna show up probably, so but the 4/3 is so hard to cast. Not even sure if I'm going down the red route. It does say ally on the card. It's worse than these though. Well, sometimes they make it easy. Really should pick up Evolving Wilds or Ally Encampment if I see it, because this card is off the charts. I'd like to stay away from Blighted Lands if I can too, because this is some awkward nonsense. Ideally, we pick up like one more healer, some Nirkana assassins, um, a thing that kills a creature that isn't this card would be nice. Not Bone Splinters though. I will accept that in a pinch. I'll also accept that card. Actually, like a reasonable sideboard card against Planner Outburst and Ondu Rising and Coastal Discovery. Um, Pretty sure this is just familiar. 70% win rate with this card implies that it's fine, not insane, because 10 is a lot. Like to only win 70% of the time you cast, it's absurd. Like Ulamog's like 90% or 95% win rate for comparison. Nothing to exile. This card's reasonable. McKindy's fine, but I'd rather just take the flyer. Oh, that kills a creature. Could take Entanglers and just move out of red. I think that killing a creature is more important than Entanglers, though. Thank you. I don't think I'm even in a modern league. I don't know why I told me that. Uh, yeah, I guess that's the playable card. I guess Outnumber's also good. Maybe I'll just outnumber and get aggressive. Play a few more low to the ground creatures. Hopefully wheel some reckless cohorts. Boiling Earth is pretty good. Skitterskin is pretty bad in my deck. This is like a pretty good sideboard card. Looming Spires is a pretty good card. I don't know which one I want between these two. I think the Spires is a little better. Ooh, yeah. There we go. So, this pick is not between an Arcana Assassin and not Expel. It's between Lantern Scout and Arcana Assassin. Um, I could take the third outnumber and go super low to the ground, though. Like, that's the actual incentive thing. But I think that the Evolving Wilds is pretty clutch, and it opens me up to, like, Blade Masters and stuff, pack 3. I think the payoff in this card's a little higher. And Assassin's a little more replaceable, probably. Well, I already have a couple out numbers. That card does have some diminishing returns of like drawing it when it's dead. If you get a second Wilds or open another expedition or get an ally encampment, that'd be great. Get in here. I like this. The cards. Yeah. The cards that we are not playing are like our last picks from the last pack. This card's probably not making the cut, actually. That card says ally. It's so easy. I can't even play these other cards. This card also makes this card better. It makes this card a little better, but I'm not a huge fan of either of those. It's like two marginal cards get like reasonable in combination with each other. Let's. This or this. I think this is actually a card I could see myself. Yeah. Eh, I don't know. Swarm Surge? Sure, Swarm Surge. Don't really want a War Paint in this deck. Yes, please. First time anyone's ever been really excited by this card, I think. I guess Jerry in our house drafts did have a lovely, like, Lava Step Raider 7/2 drop deck with that. That's a card I might play, I guess. Kind of just, I'm not going to splash the card. I should just KO unnatural aggression so people can't kill my Lantern Scouts and healers. This card's, like, actually pretty important in the green decks, I think. Or in the reasonable green decks. Like, it's not a good card, but it's important. Card's not actually that good against me. That might be a card. It came back. It's just open. It's just wide open. This is pretty awesome, actually. Pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to take. I don't think I can actually support paying the white on that card, which is really unfortunate because it's really good in my deck. So I guess. What if I was just in white? Like, what if I just didn't play these cards, didn't play out numbers, and was splashing red instead of white? What's the payoff? I think this is a pretty big payoff. Whereas this card I've just been like consistently unimpressed with. I think that this is a very huge payoff. We could be all the colors. However, I have some self-respect. Uh, Touch of the Voice, just I'm okay with accepting that being a brick of a pick. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. I don't know if I have enough playables if I abandon that color. I'll also get two Touch of the Voids if I'm in red. It's pretty good. Well, I guess that says ally on it. Probably was supposed to take This deck's turning out a little awkward this pack. This could actually be a Swarm Surge deck. No, it's not. It's a Sure Strike deck, if anything. Back off of that. So, Looming Spires is probably better than the fourth Reckless cohort here. Because it pushes the other three Reckless cohorts through, or other, yeah. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm actually even okay with not having an Angelic Captain, honestly. Not super excited about that card in this deck. I think the payoff if we got there on the Serene Steward was just super high. I'm okay with Assassin. I don't think I passed an Arrows this pack, but we've reached the point where I kind of want to Arrows. We have 4 ways to gain. We're kind of light on life gain. This is a reasonable. This is a 17 land deck, I think, though. We've got like 2 Tri-lands. It might just be 18 on the virtue of like 2 Looming Spires being good enough. I'd like to take the small creature. I mean, none of the other cards do anything, but this is an outnumber deck. This is actually an interesting pick. I think I do want one of this card. I'll gladly sideboard that card. I think my deck is too low to the ground to really use it. Another copy of this effect isn't the worst thing in the world, and I'm not going to play the Sandstone Bridge. That card can, in theory, beat me. Slide Runner is pretty bad in my deck, actually. Okay, this is fine. Was what? Well, I really hope I get to submit. Because I have a feeling that's just a Magic Online bug where I don't get to submit. Um, so my curve stops here. I don't have any landfall. The only reason I think I'd play 18 lands is I have 2 tap lands. Which I think this is a case. I have 3 tap lands. Yeah, I think I have to cut a Spires. And this gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10. Yeah, this looks fine. Submission received. I have no idea where this other Night Watch came from, though. I'm very confused. When did I get this? I'm not playing it, but when did it show up? Maybe I'm supposed to cut the champion for it, actually. It is just kind of a derpy 4-3. And this is Air Elemental. Yeah, I'm not really trampling with anything. I guess I could do, the Death Touch Trample's overrated. What if I do that? and then I cut a cohort, which is not a great magic card, for a Looming Spires. This just feels like a more powerful build of the deck, actually. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's so much black sources. And then I get to go like this. And then add a swamp to my deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That looks way better. Myers Malice. I don't think I want a Malice here. The card I would cut for the Malice is the second outnumber or the Sure Strike. But I think that this is a. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't a Sure Strike hack anymore. Funny part is, I actually think I like this deck better with this card than with the 4/3 Angel. Just don't want to stretch my mana for more than the Light Splash. Um, yeah, let's just do that. I think Mars Mouse is a better card than Sure Strike in that slot. Just like a, this is pretty interesting. I've never seen Black Red allies before. Um, I'm now really excited to see how this plays out.